Okay, so good morning. Good morning. Today we're just going to do sort of like a neighborhood tour, a neighborhood walk of the Punta Pacifica Paitilla Neighborhood. So we're just going to see what's out here. Behind that wall, see that green wall, see those houses? That is a gated community in Punta Pacifica. See the tall high rises? I'm not going to name every apartment building because there's several here. So let's just walk around and see what's in the area. Okay, so this is what they call the Grand Tower. Several businesses. There is a foodie, which is not open yet. It's pretty early. There's a clean and clean. There's a laundromat over here. As you can see, there's some restaurants. There's the Monkey's restaurant. There's a Society Beauty Club. There's an Italian restaurant. And these are apartment buildings. So this area is surrounded by apartment buildings. There's a coffee bean. Surrounded by apartment buildings. This is Punta Pacifica, one of the neighborhoods here in Panama. Alright, so there is Metro, which is kind of like a CVS here in Panama. So is a Rocha. People are going to work. We're gonna take, I don't know if we're gonna walk all the way down here because people are going to work. These are also apartment buildings down here. There's one called Pacific Village. See how tall that is? Oh my god. That's a tall apartment building. Must have a ton of floors. These are all apartment buildings that you see. These are all apartment buildings. So there's a lot of high-rise living actually in the city. And I'm just walking down here, just showing you the apartments that are down here by the Marriott Hotel. So there's a lot of high-rises. So that would be like your landmark. The JW Marriott Hotel. So if you wanted to look for apartments in this area, then they are near the Marriott. But there's apartments on both sides of the streets, as you can see. And one thing about getting out and walking is you come across this big sign here. There's the Marriott, which is a really beautiful hotel. They have restaurants in there. I've eaten in there several times. So it's a lot of restaurants in here. There's several buildings over here. Lots of apartment buildings. Lots of high rises. And you come across this sign right here. this big sign, they have several apartments that they are advertising for. These are like the fancier apartments. Probably cost a little more to live here. I'm sure it does. These all look pretty fancy. You got the Oasis. You got the Paitilla Pacifica over there across the street. Really nice apartments. I don't know what the price range is. You have to call that number yourself to get an idea. They have security. And I don't think I'm going to be able to go any further. I'm going to turn around and cross the street because this is, I don't know what this, is that a hotel or apartment building? That's really nice. Okay, so I can't even go that way. That is Ocean, what is that, Ocean Reef, which is a whole another residential area, very exclusive. I can't even walk across that bridge. So I'm crossing the street because I can't go down there. Those are waterfront residential, probably houses and condos that are very expensive. So we can't even go down there. Another beautiful apartment lobby area. This is Panama's rainy season, so it's raining. That's really pretty. Very nice. Very nice. Don't know the name of that building, but there's a lot of nice ones on this road. So the area is right down here from the Marriott. If you look at that sign, there were several apartment buildings that I gave you that was listed on that billboard that was advertising for vacancies. So don't ask me how much these apartments cost, but I can probably for sure that they're in the thousands of dollars, for sure. Probably starting at maybe starting at $2,000. I'm not sure. You might be able to find a one-bedroom for less. This is Bel Air. Look at that. Beautiful. I haven't even heard these names. I don't know if anybody is living in these buildings. A lot of the expats are living on the main area, Balboa Street, which I'll show you that another time. But just keep in mind, this is another area, a residential area that you can also live in. That's another place. I think it's called Aquamere. It's also beautiful. So I'm going to go past this construction and I'll come back when I get back. There's the JW Marriott. We are walking past that. Okay, so we're picking back up and I just walked past this place called Pacific Village. Nice residential. And I am going to cross the street. Be careful when you're crossing the street here in Panama. They don't actually, a lot of the cars do not adhere to the walkways. So they're going to just barrel right through them. So one car stops, make sure you have the eye contact of the second car as well, because don't assume that just because the first car stopped that the second car is going to stop. Once again, this is a Punta Pacifica neighborhood, and behind that green wall is a gated community. So I will try to, I have a friend that lives in an apartment down that street, so I will try to get up in her apartment see if I can get an overview of this gated community. Okay, so here's a building called the Q Tower. Lots of apartment buildings. The buses are off running this morning, 9:68. That's the bus that takes me to the mall. I think I might catch it today. I have to look at the schedule because the schedules might be a little off because it is a holiday. So I don't know how long I'll have to wait, but it does take me to the mall. So we are continuing our stroll. We're going to go into the Paitilla area right now. Now if you go straight across that bridge, which we'll do another time, or should I do that today? Yeah, I'll come back in the area another time to do that. Okay, so straight across that bridge, I know will get you to the Punta Pacifica Hospital, which is John Hopkins affiliated. It's maybe like a 10-minute walk right across the bridge. And also gets you to Multi Plaza, which is a very nice mall here in Panama. And I think I have a video how I spent 8 hours in that mall. You can check out my video regarding the Multi Plaza Mall. Okay, so Punta Pacifica and Paitilla sit right next to each other. So you could be in Punta Pacifica one area one day, and you could be in Paitilla the next day. Not the next day, but after walking a couple of blocks, not the next day. Okay, so over here is a shopping area. There's plenty of shops over there. Super 99, you see that? That's a 24-hour grocery store. They have a really nice butcher shop in there with fresh meat and fresh deli. There's a power club. There's a fitness. There's a Mexican restaurant. It's like an Asian restaurant, I believe, just opened. There's banks. Sushi Express. There's pastries. So there's all sorts of restaurants and shops. Cleaners. I believe you can get your nails done. A sandwich shop. All kinds of little shops in this area. Right here, there is the Renaissance Inn, which is right here. And there's also the Panama Clinic. And there's also, as you can see, there's apartment buildings all around this area. So that is called the Plaza Pacifica. Plaza Pacifica. There is a Texas Grill House, Texas Brazil Steakhouse. In the Pacific Center, there's a kosher grocery store inside of that building. And there's also an Alice shopping. It's like a home shopping place, kind of like a Target.
Time, 21 minutes, 24 seconds. Total distance, 1.0 miles. Average pace,
So,
21 minutes, 24
there,
seconds per
we got
mile.
a Coffee Max,
Split
which is a
pace,
nice little
21
shop. You can get like
minutes,
sandwiches
24
and stuff.
seconds per mile.
So now we're heading, we're still, I don't know where the line is between Paitilla and Punta Pacifica, but I know they're right next door to each other, because if I was to walk straight, I would run into Paitilla. I think this area up here is, we're going into, like I said, I'm not sure where the area stops, but that's why I'm gonna do, you know, I'm saying both, because this is all residential. So you might have the higher end apartments. We just walk down that street, and on this street you can find apartments in a more moderate price range. So it all depends on you and your budget. It really does. This, behind this gate, is a private social club. So I'm thinking this area is still Punta Pacifica. It's a private social club behind those walls. And you have to know someone to be invited inside. I think it's been around for a very long time. You know, there's classism here as well. You know, you have your wealthy Panamanians, your moderate, and you have your poor Panamanians, just like any other country. That's how it is here as well. So because of the protest, they have blocked off all the other entrances, and they're only using one entrada. You can only get in one door because they have limited people that are working. Once again, there's another, I think that apartment sign is for sale. That building's for sale. But these are all apartments. All apartments.